southbound, I've been hellbound, riding on the midnight train. Going too fast now, think I ought to slow down, standing in the pouring rain.
All right, I want to do the intro this time.
Do it.
Welcome back to the podcast.
What's up?
What's up, guys? Tony and Tristan here at the One Hell of Life Outdoor Podcast, and we've got one of our favorite guests to have on. This will not lack entertainment. I can promise you that.
No doubt about it. I think this is the third time we had Jared on, and this guy virtually, like, every time I look at one of his videos on TikTok, it's like he's messing with a deer. He's like commercial fishing catfish. It's always
he's jumping off the Eiffel Tower.
But no, Jared owns Wicked Killer Calls. You may have seen him at one of your expos around their area. We ran into him last year at the Ducks Expo, and just a super cool guy, and we're excited to share some time with him. Thank you for joining us, Jared.
Thank y'all for having me.
Absolutely, man. So,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, give everybody just a little rundown. You know, obviously, the Wicked Killer Calls, but you do a lot of different things. I mean, you guide hunts. I mean, you commercial
You wear
fish.
me out, bro.
Just give everyone a commercial on what all you do, man.
Just for fun. I mean, Wicked Killer Calls, it just basically pays for itself, just to, But commercial fishing is really our big thing. We shed soft shell crabs in the summertime. We got 20 soft shell crab tables set up. We got to check those every 4 hours throughout the summer, all the way through the night. Then we hard crab on top of that, and then we catfish on top of that. And then I mess with farming a little bit. So then I'm going to mess with the farms on the evenings, doing like for our big dove hunt and everything. And then we mess with rental houses, a little bit of heavy machinery work, duck impoundments, guides. We raise hogs and deer.
They have an AI data center. Oh, man.
That's wild, man. So when did you get into all the farming stuff? Because I know, last time we talked to you, I know you for sure were doing the commercial fishing, but, is the farming stuff kind of a new thing?
Yeah, so I like fiddling with it. I was just messing with it here and there and everything. And then we started doing the big dove hunt. So mainly I just grow corn and sunflowers, and I pick the corn to feed the deer through the wintertime, like the deer we hunt. I don't feed my pen deer much corn because it ain't really good for their teeth because they're cracking on it 24/7. But I feed like all my wild deer corn, and I'll snap some and I'll feed it to the hogs or whatever else. And then I'll plant sunflowers, and then I'll plant corn inside of them or around them, or we plant sunflowers and corn all right there together. And we usually have 40 to 60 people that come in for that weekend for our dove hunt, and we'll have a live band, and we'll do a low country boil, seafood, and the whole nine.
Well,
that's a blast, man.
Add 2 more spots.
Yeah, for
please.
real. What's the
please.
What's the details on that shindig? That sounds fun.
We do y'all more than welcome to come. We usually do. I think we killed 200 and some this year out of there. We lost a lot of birds last year. We shot like 500 opening morning.
Wow.
Out of that field.
Awesome.
And I think we shot another 200 and some this year, but we're going to expand. My buddy, he actually does a big one in the county above me. He does like 200 and some people at his hunt.
Man.
Wow.
And they shoot a lot of doves up there. And I do a smaller scale one, just kind of as like a thank you for the boys that let me travel across the country and hunt with them and everything. We'll bring them in and have a good time. But no, y'all more than welcome to come and shoot doves with me.
That'd be a blast, man.
That's what I've been doing the last 2 afternoons. I've been waking up before we go to work. I got another impoundment I'm trying to get order on for late season, and it's been a headache.
How's your duck season there been there?
We lost a lot of birds right here this week. The last 2 weeks we lost some birds, but ever since up till now it's been very excellent duck hunting.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Now, on what you're hunting, are you you do a little bit of everything, right? Like you can get out. You guys go out on the coast. You got wood duck holes, like all kinds of stuff, huh?
We hunt anything from we got layout boats. We can hunt on the big water. We can hunt out the boat on the big water. We can hunt flooded timber. We can hunt flooded corn. We can hunt the marshes. It's all right here around the house.
That's awesome, man. That's a little duck hunter's paradise right there, I think.
And it really all that's how we're flexible with our clients when they come in to hunt on kind of what they want to kill. It's kind of how I book them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We
Now,
still got a lot of our divers right now, but a lot of our big ducks seem like they made a little push.
what do you guys call, what do you call the guide service? Is it Wicked Killer Guide Service?
It's
Or?
Next Southern Generation Outdoors.
Oh, okay, right
Or
on. Yeah.
Outfitters.
Okay. Right on, right on. So, take us through, like, you know, because I knew you were doing some guiding, but I didn't know like at what level or whatever. Kind of take us through, you know, like, hey, I'm calling Jared up. Hey, man, I want to go shoot some ducks. Like, how does that go, and like, what does that look like for a client coming out there?
So a lot of people, and our lodging, you know, our lodging it's decent lodging. You know, it ain't gonna be your 5-star lodge, but we'll put you up. We put it up. It's like we do $350 a day. That's with your breakfast and your lodging included.
Nice.
You come in. We usually try to do minimum 2 per party, up to 6. You know, before we got to split groups. But they just messaged me. We line it up. I kind of ask them, hey, look, what do y'all want to come in and hunt? What haven't y'all not hunted before? Is there anything y'all really are looking to do? You know, like we just had a group of boys come up from Florida, and they come up and shot every duck they killed and never killed before. So they had a ball. They shot widgeon, redheads, bluebills, and a couple other ducks. I'm not exactly sure what all they killed. I think they shot 5 or 6 different species.
Oh, nice, man. Good deal. Now, and how long y'all been doing that?
I started guiding with turkeys a long time ago when I was still in like early high school. But I wasn't doing it full time, you know, but I would have people that wanted to kill turkeys, or somebody that want to kill a turkey. And then, so that's what we're getting ready to start booking now is our turkey hunts out. We're probably going to do 10 or so through the month of April. So we started out turkeys, and I was really good at it. And, you know, we had 100% success rate, and I still think we're sitting at almost 100% success rate. And
that's something else.
And
is that including, like, I know you've done some work with kids and stuff like that too. Is that including all that?
Yeah, so like our kids hunt. So like all my clients, my kids' success rate's been 100%. The kids I take, I don't think I've had a kid that hasn't killed a turkey.
Wow.
That's awesome.
I've had them all the way up from, I had to hold the gun up for them to shoot them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think but
can you help handicap bald guys with white beards?
Yeah, that's right. we did our turkey hunt last year. I think we brought in, I think it was 9 or 10. I think everybody shot at a turkey.
This winter, elevate your outdoor pursuits with Williamson Outfitters, offering professionally guided experiences along Florida's Forgotten Coast. From coastal duck hunting to inshore fishing, every Williamson Outfitters trip is led by a seasoned captain, delivering world-class adventure with true local expertise. From small private groups to large corporate retreats, Williamson Outfitters' fleet of well-equipped boats and experienced guides provide first-class winter outdoor experiences for sportsmen of all ages and skill levels. And for those planning ahead, Williamson Outfitters is already booking spring and summer charters. Secure your fishing, flounder gigging, and family adventure dates now before their calendar fills up. Call or text 850-251-8650 or visit floridaducks.com to reserve your outdoor experience. Williamson Outfitters, making the Forgotten Coast unforgettable.
But one girl didn't want to shoot. Everybody else shot at one, and I think 2 missed.
Dang. Yeah,
you can't ask for any better than that. Shoot.
And I don't think I said this in the intro, but Jared's out in North Carolina, like towards the coast. So if y'all are listening to this and want to book a duck hunt next year or this year or whatever, get at your boy.
Hey, Jared, let me ask you this:
we don't just do ducks; we do bear, turkey, deer, quail, the whole 9.
There it is.
Well, let me ask you this: just on the, I guess we might as well talk about like the 3 main things. Because I think it's important when you're like trying to book a hunt with somebody, right?
Uh-huh.
You know, like for example, since we just got back from Florida, dude, we've got FOMO right now because I know you do. I haven't even asked you this, but we love it so much down there that it's like, dude, I want to go tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know, and we can't. But part of that is the environment that you're hunting in, and so like, what does that look like on a hunt with you? You know, obviously if you're in Arkansas, you're timber, you're going to be on some kind of grain field. You know, in Florida, you're in the marsh, in a coastal area, whatever. What does it look like when you're hunting with you in North Carolina?
Our environment can be anything from We can be in beaver ponds with flooded timber on them, shooting gadwall and black ducks and mallards, widgeon. We shot some pintails out of our swamps. Then we got impoundments that's got corn, or we plant corn, or we plant a seed blend that's got 4 millets and it's got a sorghum and something called buckwheat in it. And it's got we plant that in our impoundments that we got like a high concentration of bears around because they'll tear your corn down. And
Okay.
and so really and truthfully, I'll be like, hey, look, what do y'all want to hunt? You know, what do y'all want to kill? Do y'all got something like some people say, hey, we want to come shoot divers. Some people's like, hey, we want to come shoot puddle ducks, or, you know, so we kind of go off of that when they get here on what they want to kill. And they come in, the campfire's rolling out here. I get a lot of times I don't. It depends on how I like them, you know. If they come kind of sideways with me, I'll just be like, hey, look, we're just go to town and get some dinner. But if I like them, I'll cook them something here at the house on the grill that night. And then in the mornings, we'll be I'll be like, hey, y'all ready for breakfast yet? And when they get done hunting, or some days we're hunting on the big water, we'll be out there a while. We'll cook breakfast right there for them, and they eat in the boat the whole nine, or in the blind or whatever. So they don't never go hungry. And then they get all the local boys that come up here at nighttime to hang out around the fire with them, and they get to tell stories and everything. And it's all I think everybody that's ever hunted here is rebooked or tried to rebook this year.
That's awesome, man. Well, just hearing that, like, that's
that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, just like the environment that you built there, and like people coming and hanging out with your clients and stuff like that. That's very similar to kind of what we love about our buddy Cade in Arkansas we hunt with. It's just like that's kind of how it is. People just come through and you get to hear all these cool stories, and that's, you know, the hunts that suck. That's what keeps, and not saying any of yours suck, but when they do suck because it's duck hunting, you know how it is. That's what keeps people like, man, this was a great time. You know, these guys really took care of us, all that, you know?
Yep.
Well, that was like them boys that come in from Florida. They wanted to hunt the big water. I said, well, look, sometimes the big water's hitting in the morning, sometimes it's hitting the evenings. I'm saying, y'all going to see thousands of birds tomorrow. I mean, there's going to be no doubt about that. It's just a matter of when they're going to start looking at us, that the time's going to change around. Well, that morning they had picked off a few buffalo heads or whatever. And lunchtime, I already cooked them breakfast in the blind. I said, well, look, y'all got one or two choices. We can either call it a day and go get lunch, or we can go get lunch and come back. I said, well, it was two parties together there, so we can go get lunch and come back. We waited always till like 10 minutes before shooting light, and it was like a light switch flip. Every duck that come by wanted to come into decoys. Wow. And it was just as quick as they could read. I mean, ducks have been looking at us all day and not wanting to do it. And it just like that, when they decided they wanted to do it, was just as quick as they could reload the gun. They were shooting ridge and redheads, bluebills. I mean, they were just flock after flock right there at shooting light.
Oh my gosh, man, that's awesome.
But it was just like that. The light switch flipped, and they decided it was time that they wanted. I mean, they've been flying that same path all day, and it's just all of a sudden something changed, and they just wanted to come in there after that.
Well, I guess that's a story of patience and waiting it out.
Dude, isn't it like that though, man? I mean, it's so crazy. Like, I mean, it really is. Like, I compare it. You know, I'll make this quick, but you know, as far as hunting goes, and you can be on the best land ever, right? Like, we grew up. Tristan really, I think, didn't really know it when he was young, but of course I did. But you know, here we hunted in the Golden Triangle of deer hunting in Illinois, you know, and it was world famous. You know, people would come from freaking Europe to hunt there. I mean, just because they hear about it, and you know, that was special. But you could still go there and that kind of property and not see a deer.
Yeah.
You know, and seriously, I mean, we've all been there. We've been a little bit selfish, but you know, you're like, you know, well, you know, I mean, really, you know, I mean, we've all been there. But I remember there was a streak that it was like 10 hunts in a row or something like that, man. Stands that I've seen, you know, 180-inch deer out of, that kind of thing, and trails that look like cow trails, and not see a deer. Like, it was like 10 hunts in a row, and everybody around me was just like, oh, I saw 28. You know, I was just like, man, you know. But duck hunting's the same thing, right? You know, I mean, there's those times where you just don't know. Somebody posted today about it, and it was just like, we saw and worked a ton of ducks, but they just didn't want to do shit.
Yeah.
Is what the guy said. And nobody knows why. You know, it's just sometimes they do, and we actually experienced that this past weekend. You know, and then there was a period of time where they was just like, yeah, let's eat.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know. You know, it's just that's the thing. When it comes to like guarantees, there just isn't. I mean, there just isn't a guarantee that
That's
you're always
kinda
going to
like
go out.
that's kind of like our divers out here on the Sound right now. If you don't, the foggy morning is the best morning to kill them. When you run out there in the fog and you
Mhm.
kind of know about where they're rafted up, because I mean, we probably got and that's just on down
We lost you for a sec.
away from the cave.
I've got a killer edit for this. You
Y'all
gotta
got
do
me?
that.
Yeah, I got you now. You said foggy mornings out on the Sound.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I
Yeah,
got you.
foggy mornings out on the Sound. I mean, we probably got 10,000 birds sitting on our Sound right now, and it's
Wow.
just they know they want to be with each other. You know what I'm saying? They can find each other on a slick day, but in the fog, you ever get in there, and all of a sudden you hear them coming. It sounds like B-2 missiles, and they'll fog the boat through the fog, and they'll just disappear out. And I'm like, all right, y'all, I'll get ready. They're coming back. I said, they don't act this stupid every day. I said, they're coming back. And about that time, there's a 50 pack of break the fog. You'd be sitting over top of the boat. I'm like, all right, cut a hole in them. And but on a calm day, they'll just look at you all day long and just hit that big raft. Won't never get up. You'll just sit there. I'll be sitting in the big boat, or I have my layout boat people, and I'll be sitting, and I'm like, come on, guys. I mean, they got 10,000 ducks sitting 700 yards from them, and they will not move.
Man, yeah, and it doesn't matter how. I mean, unless you put 10,000 decoys out, which they ain't gonna happen. There's just no way to compete with that.
Oh yeah, and we got more divers right now than I think we've about ever had. And it ain't just our Sound. Our Sound's probably got the less out of all of them. Everybody around us is probably. Let's see if I can't pull this video up today.
How often do you guys, while you're looking at that, I mean, how often do you guys run into any like scouters or eiders?
We don't have any eiders. We got a lot of scoters.
The black scoter?
We got black scoters, yeah.
Tristan calls them a candy corn coot.
I'm gonna send you Tristan. Let y'all look at it.
Dude, when his audio was going bing bong bang bing bing bong bang, it would be a killer edit if you threw it up with like R2D2.
Is my audio bad? It's probably my
No, it was just for that period for like 5 seconds, but it was making these funny sounds, and the only thing I could think of was R2D2.
There you go. Look at that video there. This is 1/16 of the birds are sitting out there right now. I already went through them one time trying to find them.
All right, let me see. Oh man.
Oh, what?
And that was just a hair
Yeah,
of
that's a
them. The
bunch.
rest of
That's
them
a
already peeled back.
Jeez.
Look at the
Yeah,
wave.
there's a bunch of them out there.
No kidding, dude. Wow.
Shoot.
And that's just one environment you can hunt with you.
That's right. And that's our
That's
tough.
what's cool, right? So you can go there. All right, listen, Jared, we're gonna have to talk, bro, because now I'm thinking this out. Like, that's so cool that you offer those types, different environments to hunt in like that. That's cool.
And so we'll do hey, look, y'all want to come in and shoot up a hunt that morning. If we don't have an afternoon spot left and lined up, we'll go shoot quail the rest of the day. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, that's
We'll
awesome.
go out there and let the dogs work, and y'all get to shoot quail.
And I know what you're saying. You sit there telling me that, and I'm like, yep. All right, Jared.
That's awesome, man.
That is so
yeah,
cool.
it sounds like you guys are running not to make a play on Wicked Killer, but sounds like y'all are running a killer operation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
well, Wicked Killer, that ain't. So we're getting ready to drop another merch line next week. We got some fire stuff coming out. You remember the big guy that was in Memphis with us, the one that's talking about ain't got no gas in it.
Yeah.
So I ended up hiring him, and he's running the shop for me now, and he's just getting ready to bring out his own merch line with our stuff on it.
Oh, sweet.
So that'll
he's
be
just,
out. He's just designing merchandise, working in the call shop, the whole nine, and he's getting ready to drop all that. I think our merch should be getting ready to drop either the end of this week or next week.
Oh, perfect, man.
Yeah, dude, shoot us a text and let me know. Like, I seriously would be interested in getting something.
Oh, we got some really cool stuff coming out.
Yeah, I missed an opportunity because I got that Next Southern Generation hat from Memphis, and I should have wore that.
Yeah, you should. Hey, before we get off track here, you know, you were talking about everything you do, and you were talking about deer, and you said something about, but that isn't our pen deer or something
Yeah,
like
you
that.
got those pen raised.
All right, so let's talk about it. I love it, right? When hunters all of a sudden like pen deer, like what? You know, and everybody all of a sudden wants to get super defensive of like high fence deer or people that raise deer. What do you guys do? Like, what's the purpose behind that? And
all right, let me give y'all a breakdown on this, and this is gonna be 100% the truth on this. So you got your different class of people in the world. You know what I'm saying? We're targeting the class we're targeting is up here.
Yeah.
You know, but they don't want to come out and have to put corn out. They don't want to have to put feeders out. They don't want to have to put cameras out. They don't want to have to pay money on leases. They don't want to have to do none of this and not even get a shooter buck on camera. You get what I'm saying?
Right. I totally get it.
They can come and spend because they have it. It's a tax write-off. They can come spend them 10 grand and they're guaranteed a 170, 180 inch deer. And they get to hang out in the lodge with all their buddies. They get to do, you know, the whole night. I mean, if you got the money to do it, why not do it and be guaranteed an animal? You know,
that's right. Like that's the thing that's nice about hunting is you can approach it. It's like denominations in Christianity, right? It's got a different path for everybody, and you know what? You might not associate yourself with that path. Like I grew up Lutheran, but I'm more non-denominational now, and it's hard for me to go to a Lutheran church, but I still love God. You know what I'm saying? But same thing with that is that you might not do that, and that might not be the way you hunt, but it doesn't make it wrong.
Right. Do when
kind of like your taste in women, everybody got a little different taste.
With now, do those deer, like in terms of licensing and stuff like that, do they fall underneath like the same, like you gotta have?
What's up, guys? Tristan here. If you're like us, you need gear that's going to stand up to the elements and not break the bank. That's exactly what we love about Frog Talks. They just dropped their brand new Oxbow waterfowl series, and let me tell you, this stuff is built for serious hunters who don't want to quit when the weather turns nasty. It's tough, lightweight, and waterproof. Everything you need when you're out there chasing ducks. If you're looking to upgrade your gear this season, head over to frogtalks.com and use code OneHellOfALifeOutdoors at checkout for 15% off your order.
Like a, you know, general hunting license or a big game license, or is it a completely separate thing because they're raised?
So North Carolina right now, and we're fighting it, is the only state that you can't be paid to kill a deer in a high fence in. We're got a bill getting pushed right now to try to legalize high fence deer hunting in North Carolina. But so we're having to send all our deer out of state. So all our deer's having to go to Ohio or Pennsylvania or somewhere like that. And North Carolina can't import deer, but we can export deer, you know.
What in the world, huh?
So what deer is in North Carolina, I think it's 800 and some that's in high fence or something like that we talked about the other night in our meeting. That's what deer we have in state, and that's the deer that you know what I'm saying? So right now I think I got 17. I got 17 and just bought 3 more.
Okay. So you're saying that basically for people to hunt those and you be able to like make money off of the guiding service, you got to ship them to somewhere else.
That's right. So that's what we're trying to talk. We got this bill getting pushed right now. It's because we're having to sell our animals for $3,000 plus less an animal to go to another preserve to get killed if I have my own preserve. So we're having to sell. So say he's getting $15,000 on the preserve, he might be paying you $8,000 for him or something like that. So you're having to sell your animal for less than what it's worth if you were to shoot it on your own preserve.
Right.
Just to get rid of them.
What on that point, I mean, what if you had to put like a dollar figure on it, what does actually starting back to like getting the deer, like what does that process look like on getting like a fawn? And then, how much you just had to guess?
No, that's good.
Money wise goes into
so
it.
Like think about it from a cattle perspective.
To be in like a one that somebody wants to shoot.
So deer hunting deer farming is the most profitable per acre because it doesn't take as much acreage as other animals. Like they don't have to have grazed land. So you can put about 12 deer to the acre,
Wow.
or 12 to 15, and then some people choke them down a little more. It just all depends on how your setup or whatever else. I got my setup right now. I'm at to double it, but my setup now I got 4 acres, and I got one acre pen in that, and I got my deer in that first 1 acre pen. And what it was is, so I started out. I built the pens myself. We drove them, we stretched the fence, we did the whole nine. So I didn't have to pay nobody for that. But it's the bad thing about it. It's a long-term process. You know, it's 3 to 5 years before you're ever going to see any income come back in to that, because that's before you're going to get a mature buck to shoot.
Sure.
So I bought out the gate. I bought 10 bred does. Well, supposed to be live bred does, right? Well, ended up only 4 of them come in bred.
Okay.
So I was like, I was expecting to have me at least 6 or 7 babies, and I come in and only had 4.
It's like going to McDonald's and getting a burger.
Yeah.
It's gonna be wrong.
I had 4, and so I had 2 buck fawns and 2 doe fawns.
Okay.
So when it come around, another one of deer farmers here, we're all like, they all love me. I love them. They help me out any way they can. Like I got to have all my deer tested in 2 weeks, but before the next 2 weeks to be able to ship my deer out of state. So I've been on the phone all day with vets trying to get them here. Then I got to call my buddy with a tranquilizer gun, because I ain't bought me one yet, to get here to help me get my deer down. So when we got them 10 does, I started them out. I said, all right, they fawned. I said, all right, now I got to buy a buck. So I called my buddy. He was like, I got a buck for you. I was like, well, and then I called my other deer farmer. He's like, I got a good deer. He's an AI baby. He's got bones, but his son scored 260 this year as a 2-year-old.
Wow.
And I was like, I said, all right. I said, let me come look at it. He said he's 5. He didn't put on this year like he did last year. But when you breed a deer real hard, it'll take away from his horns. I don't know if it's because of drop of testosterone or what. He just won't jump. But his breeding values were A1, because we got to go down the breeding values, the whole 9 of these deer through their blood tests. It ain't just like, well, you got a lab, I got a lab, let's just breed them. You got to breed for better genetics.
Yeah.
And so I bought him a friendly deer, got him here. And it's just cool, because you're back there in the pen with him and you're feeding him and you hear him. He'll come out there and grunt them. He'll come out there and bumping does, grunting at them. He's chasing them through the pen. It's like you're right there in the rut every time you go back there.
That's cool, dude.
Dude, I would do that just for fun. Like,
well,
my wife's like, are you out back with the 12-pack and the deer again? I'm like, yep, it's a rut. I'm just sitting there at the fence going, just watching and listening.
Like, come up and eat cookies out your hand,
Wow. That's why,
they'll come walk right up there. They like vanilla Oreos.
So
they love vanilla Oreos. You just throw them vanilla Oreos in there.
No kidding. So if you had to ballpark it, it sounds like from what you're saying, it's kind of been a little bit of a challenge, because it didn't start off from what you kind of expected. But what do you think? And just feed and vet stuff. Do you have any idea what will go into a deer by the time you get to sell it?
That's be hard, because every deer is different. I probably got 25,000 tied up just in deer back there right now.
Wow.
And that's not including fence or poles or anything like that.
Gotcha. Yeah, and you're waiting 3 to 5 years to get...
Before you ever see... you're probably going to go in minimum 40, 50 grand before you ever see, if not more than that, before you ever see any comeback.
Wow. But I'd imagine when the comeback finally gets there, it's worth it, I'm sure.
All right, let me ask this.
Well, we'll see.
Now
he's like, we'll see we'll see if I'll be a deer farmer my whole life.
Now my business brain is working. All right, so you're the manufacturer.
Yeah.
Well, not necessarily. I mean, I guess if you wanted to say the manufacturer, it'd be somebody that's like, I mean, are you breeding deer there?
Oh yeah.
And okay, all right. So you are
I
manufacturing.
look right now. He scored I think he scored 230 rough score.
Wow. All right. So you
This is the breeder
manufacture.
buck right now that's breeding the 3 does I just bought. I don't know if you can see him or not. It's kind of blurry. Let me. I'll
Yeah.
text it to you.
All right.
So you're the
The
manufacturer.
3 does I just bought. Just breeding them.
Dude, and I'm sure is like there. I bet you in this industry,
It tripped me out for a second because I'm thinking this deer's dead, but then I realized this is what he's
tranquilized.
Tranquilized, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
now I would imagine that does in this industry, if you're really trying to maximize the quality of the animal that you're producing, that just like with humans, right? They say like, all right, if you take Jackie Joyner Kersey and marry him to Michael Jordan, you're probably gonna have a pretty good athlete.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, remember like the old college football or the old NFL football stuff? Like, you'd have to put in like your parents. Like,
Oh yeah.
you remember what I'm talking
there
about?
was a college game that was like that.
Yeah, to make you like like if your DNA was good enough to be like a good player on your when you
That
make a
was
play.
my buck there in Velvet. I just sent him to you.
But do you guys look for does like? All right, this is
man.
like this.
What's up, guys? If you want coffee that doesn't suck, you probably can guess what I'm going to say. Get the Duck. Dirty Duck Coffee is the official coffee of the One Hell of a Life Outdoor podcast, and they have a great lineup of different coffee blends. Everything from Morning Wood and First Flight to Dark Dynasty and Suns Up, Guns Up. You can't go wrong with Dirty Duck Coffee. And they have a great lineup of cold brew cans, mocha, French vanilla, original cold brew, and cinnamon teal snickerdoodle. If you want 15% off your next order, use code One Hell of a Life 15 on your next order.
Oh my god, like this doe bloodline is like the best out there. Do you guys look at that too, or is it only the buck?
Oh yeah, the doe's just important as him, if not more.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
I was assuming that it probably would be.
As far as the best state in the United States that has got their deer program just figured out and knows like, and my best friend lives out there, and he's a big deer farmer, is Oklahoma. Oklahoma, as far as has their stuff in order, and Oklahoma is really helping us push North Carolina. Because they're part of associations and everything out there that are helping us trying to get senators and people in touch with each other to try to help us get it lined up where we can legalize high fence hunting in North Carolina. And that's the big reason that I bought deer was to eventually own my own preserve to shoot deer on a high fence.
Gotcha. Okay. So
Our goal is to build mega duck impoundments, shoot upland birds, and kill deer in high fence.
Can you give me a 12-point button buck? Like the first year, I want a 12-point.
Dude,
No, I'm just kidding.
you're gonna have like a true sportsman's paradise there before too long.
My
Well, I
God.
wake up, I breathe it. I wake up, I think about it. I go to sleep, I think about it all day. I'll ride by a tract of land and say, I could put an impoundment there, or that's a good corridor to hunt deer here. Just all day long, that's how my brain works. And nobody in my family's brain is that way, other than my granddad. His thinks deer, but it's never thought any other thing about it other than mine. Like I'll come by old lady's house has got 5 acres. This button field has got 20 toms in it. And I'll walk up there and be like, hey, ma'am, I get permission to hunt your backyard. I'll bring you some fish or something. And she'd be like, yeah, go ahead back there. And we'll kill them in there next morning,
Yeah. Now, when it comes to like the commercial fishing's like your day, that's your main like income source, or no? Like that's your day.
Yeah, well, that's one of them. It just really all depends,
Yeah.
If a good lick comes, we're going to hit it.
Oh boy,
It don't matter what we got to do.
so run me through like what the commercial fishing setup's like. I mean,
So we
like,
do-
how do you get it? How did you get into it? And like just run us through that from a business standpoint. I guess.
Fourth or fifth generations from both sides of the family.
No kidding.
Yeah, this goes way back. This was born into me. Same thing with
Wow.
hunting. So, my mom's side of the family, my dad moved here from out of state, moved here to commercial fish. My
Uh-huh.
mom's side of the family owned a fish house.
Okay.
So that's how
Wow.
I come along.
Wow.
Yeah, I got here. You know,
I get you.
But so I come through. Let me start crabbing by myself first. You know, I messed on a crab boat some, and I said, well, look, I feel like you're doing some things wrong here. I was like, I think it's time for me to go off on my own. COVID year. It had been COVID year. I said, my best friend before he died, it was me and him working on a crab boat together. And I was like, he wouldn't wake up for nothing. I was out there working by myself. I was cussing him. I was like, man, you were supposed to be here this morning. I'm out here shaking crab by myself. Where are you at? You know, and I was catching like 5-6 boxes of crabs a day, which would be like 10, 12 bushels or whatever. And, you know, I thought I was the man. Well, then it was time. I had graduated that stage. It was time for me to go out there and play with the big boys in the Sound. Okay. And I got out there, and we were talking about big water, and I started running 1,200 pots, and I was out there catching.
That sounds like a lot.
I was out there catching from 6 boxes a day. I was out there catching 25 boxes a day or 20 boxes a day. And then I was like, oh, yeah, here we go. And it was a really good year. What would have been this year? It would have been the year before. We really caught good crab. And then this year come around, our water got a little funky, and we didn't catch no crabs and make enough money for like 4 weeks. Wow. So we had to make a move. So my dad's business, he cleans out swamps for a living. And and I nuisance beaver trap for him too. They come in and catch the beavers off these swamps. But I said, look, Dad, we're gonna have to make a move here. I said, we ain't made no money in 4 weeks. And I got 5 guys working for me on 2 different boats. I was like, let's go. I said, we're gonna come hit the swamp for a couple of weeks until these crabs turn back around. Well, we went and worked in the swamp, went and stayed out of town. You know, we go in and cut the trees out so to keep water from getting backed up the whole 9. And then so we come back in off the crabbing, and I was just keeping in touch with the boys, still fishing, and they were scrapping a few here, there, everywhere, but it never really turned on, like it should have, because the water just stayed. It didn't never. So our water would go bad. Like if we get if it goes no wind, no rain, just stagnant, it'll kill our water out deep. I mean, it'll push all the crabs up shallow. Well, it was weird this year. It never really went bad. Like it never. So it all has to go bad for it to work. But it was like spotty. So like you would catch crabs, then you would miss crabs. You catch crabs, and you miss crabs. And we never could really get on them and really catch them. And I was like, look, I just can't keep breaking even for 4 weeks. We're just going to have to make a move here. So we got off the swamp, and then catfish prices went up. And so my great uncle owns the fish house right here. Fish. He don't buy crabs or nothing like that. We had a truck driving down every day from Maryland picking up our crabs from my house.
Okay. And
he wasn't too happy to get that phone call like, hey, look, man, we're going to have to pump the brakes right here for a minute. We just ain't going to be able to do it. I was like, and he was wanting to, say, well, these crabs, this. It's always something. You just got to please somebody in that industry, and it just makes me mad. You got to, I ain't going to say what I want to say, but,
yeah, I get you.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I'm like, yeah. So I went back to catfishing, and we were burning. I mean, I think my best day this year, and it ain't got nothing on them boys down in Louisiana. It's because we're fishing out of a smaller boat. But I think we had 8,300 pounds one day.
Oh my gosh!
And what species of catfish is that?
That's anywhere from Arkansas, which blue cats, channel cats, and bullheads, but mainly Arkansas and channel. Mainly Arkansas.
I got you.
So when my dad first moved here, there was no Arkansas here at all. I mean, they didn't even see one. I mean, they were not here. And my great granddaddy, well, been my step granddaddy, before he died, they were seeing a few of them. He told my dad, he said, you might not never see it. Either your kids or your grandkids will see them take it over. Wow. And sure enough, they took over the whole swipe. I mean, they're everywhere, and we'll never get rid of them. A couple of weeks ago, between me and my dad, I think we had 60,000 pounds in a week between just me and him.
Are they considered invasive?
Oh, yeah, they're invasive. They want them all.
Okay, so you guys can just hammer him. There's probably no limit on them, I guess.
No limit, hammer 'em.
Wow.
Yeah, talk about so like what are the limits on commercial catfishing, and then also like
There isn't on that
I'm-
species.
I'm
Yeah,
curious
not catfish, but everything else. Like
okay.
I got checked by Marine Fisheries yesterday at the boat ramp, and so we can't keep rockfish or striper or whatever y'all want to call them.
Uh-huh.
They're coming out the ocean. But he told me he's keeping a screwdriver on the boat, and when he goes aboard, he said he's taking the hatches off and everything to see if you got fish stuffed.
What?
Wow.
Yes,
There's people that, man, they're treating it like freaking drug lords from Mexico.
yeah, oh yeah, they don't play, man. I mean,
What?
we can't keep flounder. Basically what they're doing is commercial. I'm trying to get away from commercial fishing, even though it's what I love to do. And I just bought a big boat to do it on.
Yeah.
You know, I just bought a 30-foot by 7 aluminum boat out of Illinois to fish off of.
Holy smoke.
But they're choking it down to where you can't catch nothing but catfish. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
everybody's trying to catch catfish. So now they took all small mesh gill netting out of our river and sound. So that takes your white perch, your small cats, everything like that away. Like you can't keep nothing in the gill nets. Only big mash. So basically the only thing you were catching big mash is rockfish and catfish. Well, you can't keep rockfish, so now you can't keep nothing but catfish. You know,
Wow.
so
you got
everything
Go ahead.
now that's the only thing you can keep is catfish. You know, so we get drum occasionally if the water turns real salty. We'll get drum that pushes, but it's not like the boys a little bit farther to the east of us. They catch a lot of drum, but we can't. It's just the only thing that we're now legally allowed to keep, unless it's in a fight net or that's it. Fight net is the only thing you'd be able to catch perching up the river now. Would be that's it. Gill net catfish. That's all. It's all you pretty much get now.
Now, what does catfish go for, like per pound? I'm assuming
They
that's
can
how you
run
sell.
from 50 cents to $1. I think right now we're getting 75 cents.
That seems good.
The last 2 days of fishing were kind of slow. I think we had 3,700 pounds yesterday and 2,000 pounds a day. But the next 2 days, like tomorrow and the next day, it ought to be good fishing. We should have, I don't know, we'll probably have close to 6,000 tomorrow.
Damn, man. So I mean, what's the average size catfish y'all pull in?
They want them, so they want them 2 pounds and up. They'll box and ice them and send them up north.
Okay.
Everything else that's like this big, they'll fillet, they'll skin them out whole and fry and sell them to people to fry them whole.
Ah, okay.
Like all you can eat buffets, like down south and stuff. Like they just throw all them little finger catfish in there, fry them up, and that's the best eating in my opinion. They're just as sweet.
Yeah. No, dude, that's just crazy. Like honestly, it's just crazy to think about. Like there's that many damn catfish.
And then the crazy thing was, 20 years ago there was none of them.
Really?
Like it was just bullheads and channel cats. There was no Arkansas, and now that's all you can catch. I think the biggest one we caught this year that I put the scale on was 51 pounds.
Holy cow. You know, it's crazy. Like, so out there in Arkansas where we duck hunt, this guy that basically owns the lodge that our buddy Cade, you know, he owns the lodge, but Cade, you know, uses it for Delta Thunder or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's always around cutting up, having a good time or whatever, but he's 73 and he was saying growing up, you didn't see a speckled belly goose in Arkansas. And they started showing up, I think he said in like the late 80s, early 90s. And now it's like specks are like, you know, one of the biggest things people go to Arkansas to do is shoot specks. It's crazy how stuff changes over time like that, you know?
I got a good story on that. So the duck capital of North Carolina is Lake Mattamuskeet. I'm sure you've heard of Lake Mattamuskeet. At some point,
I think,
just that
I
there's
think
like
you may have talked about this, maybe.
there's like 3,000 impoundments there or something.
Is this the
county.
Hyde County?
That's right, Hyde County. There's like 3,000 impoundments in that county. Plus,
Holy cow.
well, before the Great Depression, they used to farm that lake. They used to keep it pumped out and farm it. It still holds the most sweet potatoes yielded per acre still to this day. If I'm staying correct. But they used to pay the locals, and this comes from a local guy that told me this. They used to pay the locals not to pick it per bushel, but to pick it per acre.
Okay.
So what they would do is they would loosen the headers up on their combine and just run these machines wide open because it was all the locals picking it.
Uh-huh.
And they just threw a lot of excess seed out the back of the machine, you know.
Uh-huh.
Well, what that come to, that used to be the goose capital, like, of the world. Like, they used to just absolutely murder the geese. I mean, they're just unbelievable. I've seen pictures, and it was just unbelievable. And now you go down there, and you're lucky to see geese. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Just like that, they're just gone.
And it's just the agricultural practice changing?
I reckon. Well, the lake, after the Great Depression come, they couldn't afford to keep the lake pumped out anymore.
Yeah.
So now it's filled back up with water and it's a duck refuge.
Yeah. Well, you know, a lot of states, like especially on like public land, run into this like conflict of, you know, hey, we want to what makes us the most money, like Florida in particular, like, or Texas, like, or Louisiana, fishing or duck hunting, and unfortunately they're gonna side towards managing it towards fishing because they make more money. But like to your point, some of these lakes, I forget the exact term, but go like stale in the sense of like, you know a lot about this, I'm sure, about, you know, your moist soil units, like they got to go dry every once in a while to like regenerate the seed practice or whatever.
It's everything
like,
from the smallest of dragonfly freaking what do you call them,
larva
to everything.
And if a lake doesn't ever do that, eventually it just goes where nothing's going to grow in it, and then ducks aren't going to come there.
Well, they got the lake, which Lake Mount Mesquite's the only lake you can duck hunt, but it's a draw. Or if you got to own, so basically where the farmland used to be, you can still own the bottom on the lake, and you can put your own blind on the lake if you own the bottom off your house.
No kidding.
Or they got a refuge that butts Lake Mount Mesquite. Well, there's 3 other lakes right there too, and I got impoundments off another lake. Actually, I got to text the boys to see if they turn my tractor off tonight.
Who does that sound like?
Yeah,
a good friend of ours.
Hold on 1 second. And so Lake Phelps, New Lake, and Pungo Lake are right that basically in the same Hyde County, just the other corner into Washington. Them 3 lakes you cannot hunt at all. And so my impoundments are like right there at Lake Phelps, that but a big refuge. And there's a lot of birds hanging out, but we did lose a lot of birds. A lot of our birds like really mash is like Thanksgiving, and then it kind of falls off a little bit, and then it picks back up right here at the end. Like we hunted an impoundment the other morning. I had a group of clients come in. They shot 27 out of it, and then I went back and watched it a couple mornings ago and watched 20 come in there. I mean, they just and then it wasn't not that there wasn't, they weren't hitting it. There just was no more bird traffic. Like some birds made a different move, you know.
Sure. Now, with those impoundments that you got out there, like, do you control like planting those and stuff like that, or is it just kind of nature? Me. Okay, right. All
me. So I'll go in and I'll plant corn.
Now, when you say impoundment, this is a levied area, right?
That's exactly right.
All right.
So we'll plant corn in it, and then when a corn gets to a certain stage, after I sprayed it 2 or 3 times to kill the weeds under it, I'll come back in with a seed blend. Mixing seed makes it. It's 4 millet, sorghum, and buckwheat. I mentioned it earlier, but I'll come back in through that corn with that seed blend underneath it, and it's going to come and put double your food through. You know.
Yeah.
You still got me?
Yeah, I lost you for a second.
So I'll kill all the weeds off. Yeah, I'll come back in and broadcast back through it. So once it kills that grass down underneath that corn, I'll come back in and plant this blend, and there'll be sorghum or milo almost as tall as the corn, and then back through it there'll be dang on heads of milo or millets coming back through your corn and everything else. So it's basically give them a secondary food source and something else for them to nibble on so they don't eat you out as quick.
Well, and I'm sure when you got a cornfield, you got your low areas, right? That where you see it all the time, like at the end of a run, like on a corner where the farmer's made a corner in a low area and that corn's not growing real good. I'm sure some of that other stuff just says, hey, sunlight, water, soil, boom, it just explodes.
Well, that's a moist soil blend. You buy it as a moist soil blend, you know. So
really? Okay.
That will grow. That's what it's made to get planted in, is moist soil.
Oh,
And then like
okay.
impoundments that we got bears that really hit it hard and they'll just tear your corn down.
Really?
Yeah. So they'll just get in there and wallow around. We'll come in and plant that blend so that way the bears don't mess with it. That's what I'm pumping the mixed and seed blend impoundment full right now. It's a 7 acre or something like that.
Do y'all have pigs?
That one ought to be full by tomorrow. Across the river we got hogs, but we don't have them on our side of the river.
Well, that's probably good for you. I mean, golly, they can just.
I raise pigs. I deal with the stinking rascals every day. I probably smell like a pig right now.
With the whole bear thing, I mean, how big of a nuisance are they for you guys? Like,
Gosh, so we are the biggest black bears in North America where we live.
No kidding. Biggest size or biggest population?
Biggest size. New Jersey's got the most population, and we got the biggest size.
Eating all that corn, man.
Oh yeah, corn, beans. I'm gonna send you this video right here. You're gonna be
triple ducks.
Yeah. This right here is right up there in that neck of the woods, and you talk about bears. It's unbelievable. Your jaws are gonna drop when you see this. This was right after they cut the corn. Let me find it. Where'd it go? So we killed, I think, right there on one of my properties. I think we got I shared lease it with another guy. He had a boy in there, shot one 687. Was the biggest one we killed this year.
Oh my God!
And that's a good bear.
So I know you were promoting that a little bit at the Ducks Expo. I mean, did you have a good bite on the bear hunting this year?
We did. Well, like it's kind of like the same thing. Is that's a certain type of clientele. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
no doubt. Yeah,
you really gotta strike it with the right people.
Now I've heard
it's not your everyday hunter.
I've heard that black bear, if they're on a more of a I guess non-carnivorous diet, that they tend to taste better. Like people even say, like if they've just smashed some blueberries, like I've heard people like up in Alaska and stuff like that say that they even taste a little bit like it.
No way. Are you shitting me?
What is that? Wait a minute. Nuh-uh.
Dude, it looks like there's a bunch of cows in a field.
No.
I don't know if people can see
this.
I don't know if people can see this. They probably can't.
Oh my God.
That is
dude, it looks like a bunch of Bigfoots.
Wait, hold on. Let me try to get this closer. This is unreal. You can kind of see it.
I can see it.
Bro, that is so wild.
What in the smoke is that, dude?
So what's crazy to me seeing that is like, okay, so you guys, like, your bear per acre or per whatever square miles got to be through the roof because you can hunt them.
Yeah, well, it's only
Georgia.
certain counties. Like my county that I live in, we got bears, but it's not bear. Like that county's only 45 minutes from the house, and that's bear. You know what I'm saying? They're there. That's if you put a trail camera down, you can hang it up that night. They're eating it.
Dude.
Wow.
So that's just insane to me because, I mean, you can hunt them here in North Georgia. And like, I honestly, like, you have to be a damn good hunter to get one because.
Well, we had what's him called on that does it public land. He's very successful, and it's a whole new game.
Yeah, no, it's because you can't bait them on public land,
mm-hmm.
So then you're having to beat their nose, and that's a whole ordeal. And what was the other thing I was going to say about that? Oh, the other hard thing is like. The only place we ever seen them on camera on public land is in the summer where they're smashing berries.
That's
so it's
right.
like, then you're having to try to find them during the winter when they're smashing acorns or whatever.
So,
there's acorns everywhere.
In North Carolina, you can't bait bears with processed goods.
Ah, I like that.
So it's got to be like peanuts or corn. Peanuts in the shell or corn, something that hasn't been processed.
What about fruit? That'd probably be really damn expensive though, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, you probably could, but the bad thing it rots so quick.
Yeah, true.
Dude, have you seen black bears that just like devastate pin or laurel oak trees? They get up in the pin.
they give them desiccation permits like they do for deer.
Well, they get up in
Wow.
these trees and they just start ripping down all the branches and eating the acorns off. Have you ever seen that?
No, I think they got enough
Dude.
other stuff to eat.
Well, we're in Florida one time hunting, and we just kept looking down this line of this lake of all these like pin oaks or laurels. I don't know what they were, but the small acorns. And we just kept noticing all these branches that were dead. And we followed the dead line of branches to this black bear sitting up there, just breaking off branches, just sitting there chewing them off, dude. I was like, well, I knew they could climb. I didn't know, like, that little guy looked like he definitely was getting ready to fall off of a branch. He was out there.
I've seen them. We've run in with dogs before where we've treated 600-pounders.
Wow. And
It's crazy something that big is that strong.
Yeah.
Have you followed
And
any
fast.
of the? They go
And
like
fast.
35, don't they?
Yeah, we had a little bear the other day, and we were running with dogs. And we trying to get him to go up and let this little girl shoot him. And actually, I'm going coon hunting with her brother tonight. But you still got me.
Yeah, I got you.
He would not go up. I mean, they were in there walking with him. He would back up, and they'd be in there. I mean, they're in his face. And finally, they ran in circles in this cutover for like 30 minutes, and the dogs got comfortable with him and thought he was a hog, I reckon. Well, then they want to start putting teeth in him. So they have got him, and they're stretching him like this. And they have got him, and they're stretched out. And he's getting mad. They said, boys, it's getting nasty in here. I mean, you can hear them on the radio. I mean, you can hear them. They're just in there in this thick, and it's just a dogs rolling over top of you. You can hear them fighting in the background. And they ended up, we were trying to get him to go up. But, I mean, sometimes you'll get a nasty bear where, like, I've seen them where they've slapped the dogs, and, I mean, they just be busted all up.
Man.
Goodness.
Dude.
But you talk about adrenaline pumping, you get in there, and you're in there in his house, and you're in there, and you hear him, and you can't hear him coming to you, but they're just, you see the smoke rolling off of him, you see the dogs just in his face, and you got to slip up in there and shoot him on the ground. Man. I'm not talking about in the tree like a big bear that's baying, or like you're walking with him, and he's just walking beside you or whatever. That's a different feeling. That's just heart pumping.
Oh, man, I bet.
Let me tell you something real quick. If I felt like the way I was going to go out, you know, like if I'm 53 and I'm like, I'm going out as a hunter, dude, the whole thing with the Native American belief in putting your hand on the animal as it takes its last breath thing, to me, like there's that Cameron Haynes video out there about him doing that. And dude, I don't know if I'd have the balls to do it, to be honest, but to me, like as a hunter, I'd probably break down. Like that to me would be the coolest shit ever to do. And every time I hear black bear, that's what I think about. So I don't know if this is a destined thing where like it's that movie where he faces the bear and the bear kills his ass.
The Revenant.
Yeah, the Revenant.
Or the Wolf. Those guys.
Yeah. I don't know if that's where I'm going with this. If you know, I've never hunted a bear, and it's going to be that time where some bitch takes me out, or it might be just a random duck with, you know, bird flu hits me in the side of the head. I don't know.
You follow any of that deal in Florida, Jared, where it was, you know, banned for 10 years and then they brought it back this year?
Yeah, see, I go turkey hunting in Florida every year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, you know.
So I listen to the boys. Oh, yeah. They talk about the bears and everything.
What'd they end up
But
shooting,
a cool thing.
Yeah.
Well, so y'all hear about how that one organization that was anti-hunting went and paid like a ungodly amount of money to try to prevent bear tags from being sold?
No, I didn't hear about that. I just heard about people trying to get on the app and try to like get their tags that were anti, but apparently FWC tried to do something to mitigate that, but I don't know.
Well, Florida was a draw, and I think you had to pay in to get on a draw.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it was astronomical amount of money that this one organization paid that didn't want bears being killed.
Uh-huh.
That got like a mass amount of the tags, actually. But I think they said this year they're going to do steel hunting again, and then next year they're going to introduce dogs into it where you can bring bear dogs down there.
Nice. Yeah, I think if I remember, I want to say they killed 52 or 72 or something. It was less than 100, wasn't it?
On that we killed between me and the other outfitter that I run it with. I think it was somewhere around 30 some off of that 1,200 acres.
Oh, that's what y'all did?
Well, yeah, just off 1,200 acres.
No, there was 300 and something killed, Tristan.
Damn.
I
I don't know
thought-
if that's correct. No.
Yeah, let's
There was
look at
no
that
telling how
part.
many thousands. There was no telling how many thousands was killed.
I thought I
in
just
North
saw an
Carolina.
email from FWC.
We were just talking about what the Florida number was.
Yeah, I just saw an email from FWC. I want to say it's three something.
No, I don't think that's correct.
Well,
Hold on, bear with us here, Jared.
Yeah, look in your email.
No pun intended. Bear with us.
Yeah.
Bear with us, no pun.
Hold on.
No, it is a good time though. But it's something that can
52.
get. I try not to run. I try not to run clients on dogs with bear hunters, because it can get nasty quick.
So yeah, 52 of 172 permits were filled in Florida.
I try not to. I'm
I'm thinking
really,
of the last time.
we really try not to put our clients with dogs. I didn't run any with dogs this year, and I don't have any bear dogs myself, and some of my friends do. But we try not to run them with the dogs because people. They get in there in that moment, and it's just adrenaline is just pumping. They make stupid decisions. We try not to put them in those situations.
Sure. And then it's a liability on dogs. Liability I mean,
Yeah.
safety at that point.
Well, we've had to take. Well, I had my other boy I got with. He's had to take grown men, their boxers to the deer stand and everything. I mean, they just shit on themselves sitting up there in the deer stand. Because you can't hear. I mean, you can't hear these big bears coming. I mean, they're quiet as a mouse, and you'll just look around. He'll be standing on your steps, looking at you, shaking your stand.
Oh my gosh! And then you have to try to shoot them.
Well, I mean, a lot of times they don't even know what to do.
Yeah, you're just froze up.
Yeah.
Bro, no, never mind. I'm not even going to go there, but I got a bear hunt before I die.
Yeah.
I really do. I mean, I feel like, I don't know, just to hunt something that could kill you.
So this is
I
crazy.
mean, like when we got our first gator, there was something about that I was like, that guy might not be able to eat me, but he definitely could have ripped my leg off.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I killed the gators, I was like, you're cool and all, but I think I can handle you if we got down to it. We got so this is a crazy thing. So my last show I did in Maryland, I actually met my girlfriend I'm dating now up there.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
And I was explaining to her, I was like, hey, look, we kill, like we hunt, and she's hunted some, and she's like, y'all really hunt in North Carolina? Like, do y'all really? And then so she come down here and she was like, y'all don't like y'all can hunt anything, any time of the day, anywhere, any species. I mean, like, y'all just go hunt. Like, she's like, I never thought Eastern North Carolina was like this. He was like, it's just killing 24/7.
No,
like, we've had people come in and they'll be like, the animals on the farm ain't even safe. Like, I had a big boar hog that broke in a pen with some sows. I just went in there, shot him in the head, and then he had broken another pig's leg. I shot him in the head. He's like, man, ain't nothing safe around here. Like, y'all just kill them all.
Dude, no, because I remember like the first couple times we had you on, we were just sitting here like, you wouldn't think, because how social media is, like there's just these states that get way blown out of proportion, and that's just not one of them. Thankfully for you, hopefully.
So like our waterfowl hunting, I mean, don't get me wrong, our waterfowl hunting isn't going to be your out west waterfowl hunting unless you know where to go, where to put in the work. All that matters with pretty much everywhere. And we're not, and then the western part of North Carolina, and then certain other parts right here. I mean, you're going to shoot your 160 deer or whatever else. I mean, if you shoot a deer over 120 in our county, I mean, that's a really good deer.
Sure.
Nice.
Our whole county, we run dogs in. Like, I got 25 deer dogs back there in the backyard. So, but I enjoy but they don't just run deer. Like in the off season, we run them on foxes and coyotes and everything else. But it's not so much that we like running the game. It's more bragging rights on dogs, and you got dogs. It's kind of like shooting in the duck line. When your dog's up there and it's toting the front of the pack and it's beating him to the crossing, and you come across and say, yeah, boys, look at that gap right there. Who's got you right there on that one? And it's one of those things that makes you feel good about yourself when you raise the dog from a puppy.
Well, yeah.
That's kind cool perspective that I've never heard, because when you think of like, especially like us coming from Illinois, like sitting in a tree stand 8 hours a day trying to shoot a deer, like you like come down south and deer dogs are so popular, you're like, man, I don't know about that, but I've never heard somebody spin it that way, you know? I mean, that would be really cool to be like, hey, like I raised this like really talented dog, you know?
So just imagine this. So you turn loose and like, so as always, who can get him jumped first? Who can get him the first piece of game of the day, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll turn loose and it'd be, might have jumped around the tail. Like, oh boy, I done got him over here. What y'all got going on over there? You know, and they in there running him. And in the next road, they cross somebody, you hear boom, 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 boom. Nice buck, boys, nice buck, cross the road. I don't know if I got into him. So then they bring in 30 more head around there to put on him. And then it's 80 mile an hour down these roads. Vroom, 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 vroom. Everybody's trying to get in front of him on the other side, trying to catch him before he gets out. And it's basically, if you got a bad team, it ain't good. It's basically like an NFL or professional sports team. You got to work together. You know what I'm saying? So you got to know how to hunt. If you got one or two bad ones in the group, they'll get away every time. Or somebody's got bad dogs or something like that. Because I'll be several times, I'll be like, man, you just need to get rid of that dog. Like, you have ruined the whole day.
You guys be like drafting at Talladega with guns out the windows.
That's right. That's right. So, but then it's just so fun because you hear these boys, they just get fired up over the radio, you know, and then everybody's going and getting after it, and everybody thinks they know where he's going, and then he makes a totally different move than you think he's going to make. So then you got to catch him on that move, and it's just, you know, and then he can get out in front of the dog so far, and it's just a lot of people think it's lazy, but it's so many accountabilities that go into it as far as, because I mean, we're not just hunting little blocks. I mean, we're hunting thousands of acres, you know.
Sure.
And man, those deer are smart, man. I mean, just
a big buck, he'll go and just run right through a herd of does and cut out the back, and he'll throw the dogs right on a herd of does. And then the next thing, you might have ran a wall hanger in there, and when they come out the other side, might be a whole herd of does. He's done peeled right back out the back.
Well, just think about this, Tristan. So I want to break this down just real quickly. So, you know, deer have this like learning behavior, right? Everybody talks about a public land. I remember when I was a kid hunting in Illinois, just that my stepdad said that, hey, you know, there's going to come a time where you won't be able to hunt here without a deer looking up, because there's so many hunters, they just got used to looking in deer stands. Where, think about it, in the 60s, 70s, 80s, you know, moving into deer stand era, only thing you had was basically gun hunter stand that you built up there with some wood and some sticks, and that's the only thing a deer would look up. But you probably didn't get close enough for a deer to do that because they were getting smoked. But point is that learned behavior with that, right? So then you got these deer in, like, say, your area, where their learned behavior, bro, is like CIA, like special forces, like a very in-depth learning of what you're passing on to the herd, right? You're just like, listen, bro, there's certain skills you have to survive. And one of them is, can you lay flat on your belly? Like, nope, you'll be dead this year. No doubt. No, but it's funny that really, I mean, these deer probably get super smart, like you're saying, like rabbits do, how they'll do tricks whenever you're trying to, you know, they're super smart. People don't even know like some of the shit rabbits pull. But I'm like, you said that about deer, they probably get better at it the older they get, I guess, from running away.
You're watching big mature buck that you're running with the dogs. He's smelling and running from these dogs at the same time. I mean, he'll run all the way to your truck door and wait for the dogs to catch him, and he'll peel right back through them.
Wow.
And then he'll make another loop and another loop, and he'll work that whole block until he figures out where somebody's not sitting.
No
and
kidding.
Then he'll slip right out.
Wow.
No kidding.
Escape artist.
Oh, yeah.
And that's probably what keeps you guys going after him so much, is that, like, it's not a guaranteed thing, right?
Oh, it's never a guaranteed thing. Hundreds of them get away from us. But the great thing is, so a buck, a 10-pound doe, and a coyote run the same. They all run the same. They either run circles or they just straight shot it out of there. And then you also can watch them on your shot. I got a 12-inch flat screen in my truck that I watch them on. And you can watch them. They'll run waterways or they'll run this. And you can tell by the way a piece of game is running, like game is an animal. You can tell by the way they're running on basically you can base it off of what you're running. You know what I'm saying? Like I can watch it for a while. I can be like, well, that game's running like a buck. Like I'm saying, all right, boys, y'all be looking for some ivory on the other side. He's coming. You know, I killed a buck the last day. He stayed in a little thicket and he just circled and circled and circled and circled and circled. And you can tell places like this block ain't never been deer hunted in 15 years. So it was a special hunt like the last 2 days of the season. He just circled and circled and circled. He come right up and then he broke out that thicket. I turned him off the blacktop twice. He turned out and I heard him come crashing up in this corner. He just stopped. I said, I done missed about 3 across this field with the rifle today. I was like, we're going to have to make a little different move here. I said, he's shotgun range. I grabbed the old scatter gun, and he hit that field. I said, hi, you made a mistake this time, brother. He busted across that field when the dogs about to hit him in the tail. And about the third shot with the buckshot, he was hurting. I mean, he was hurting. He was going across there. I said, I ain't going in the woods to drag him out. I was like, I grabbed the rifle. I brought the rifle out, and I killed him down on the field. And I mean, no longer he hit the ground. And no longer he hit the ground, I look, and it ain't nothing but my dogs just looking at him coming across there. And I'm like, we did that. You know, it was like a team effort. It makes you feel good. I mean, you take care of these dogs all year like they're your kids, you know. I mean, you raise them from puppies, you feed them, you train them, you break them. You know, it's basically like sending them all the way through school. It's on you to make sure they're doing the right thing. And then you watch them stay in there and just keep him going the whole time to bring him to you. You know, it's just a rewarding moment. It ain't just like, let me go put a bag of corn out, my trail camera. Oh, we got a nice buck. Here he is. Let's go call the deer and we'll kill him this afternoon. You know, he's daylight afternoons. You know, we got to get in there and we're working as a team, you know.
No, that's
an interesting.
That is cool, dude. Because I honestly like just being ignorant to it, like had no, frame of like no perspective of like what goes into it. That is cool.
And then so like we just had a big accident here a couple of days ago. We had a guy, some boys deer dogs, and don't know if they were where they're supposed to be or not. It's the county beside us, but they shot 6 of their dogs.
Oh shit.
Chasing I think they went in there and was chasing his chickens or something, killed some chickens or whatever. But I mean, they were just.
Wait, I saw you share this. I think.
Yeah, they killed 6. They shot 6 and killed 5 of them.
God.
And well, there's nothing they can do about it because they were messing with his livestock or whatever. But I talked to the boys' dogs that they were, and they said that only a couple of them were messing with the chickens or whatever. But still, I mean, it's they shot $4,000 worth of dogs over $300 worth of chickens. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Whenever I've ever had a problem like that and my dogs accidentally went to somebody's yard and killed their chickens or whatever, most time I just buy them some more chickens or pay them for the chickens or whatever.
Right.
Not go out there and shoot the man's whole pack of dogs,
No doubt, man. God, yeah, that's devastating. I couldn't even imagine.
That's like saying your lab's going out there to retrieve a duck and walks in somebody's yard to get the bird and they just shoot him down in the yard.
Insane.
You wouldn't be too happy about that.
Hell no. I imagine charges are probably being pressed on that deal, I bet.
And that's the bad thing about it is we call it the bad apple, is that there's certain dog hunters that has definitely ruined it for the ones that try to do it the right way. It's like anything, duck hunting, whatever. There's always these bad people that give it a bad reputation, And this ain't something that started with my generation, But when my granddad was coming up, there was none of like we deal with now. Nobody cared. But the problem is that people don't like it up north where they live, but they're moving down here trying to change it to where they come from. Even though they didn't like it where they were there, they wanted something different. But when they get here, now they want to change it to how it was from where they left from. You know what I'm saying? And it's causing a big stink. I mean, like we got a lot of New York people. We got a lot of, Jersey, everything like that. These people coming down here to get away from up there because they don't like the way it is. But then they come down here and they don't understand the lifestyle that's been going on here for 100 years, And now they're wanting to change it the same way where they come from, and it's just really causing a big problem.
Yeah, man, I feel like I don't think it's just y'all that are dealing with that. I think it's a lot of the Southeast, that Texas too. A lot of states in the South just deal.
And a lot of us like the coastal areas, you know what I'm saying? Because people want to live on the water, they want to live on the coast, you know. But my great granddaddy dog hunted the same places I'm dog hunting today, you know.
Wow. Yeah, that's cool, dude. I mean, and you hit the nail on the head with coastal stuff too. There's so much overdevelopment that's happening in those areas too, which sucks. You know, because everyone with money wants to build where it's pretty.
Well, that's why you got to make sure you're supporting conservation.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, man, I'm gonna have to take a pee here in about 2 seconds. So I figure at this point, I know you got stuff to do tonight. Did we lose you? Oh, you're there. No, but I figure this point we'll wrap her up, and I think is he there?
Oh.
I'm here. I'm coming back. You sound like the little thing you was talking about earlier. You're back.
Yeah, no, I got you. But yeah, no, I'm
got McDonald's Wi-Fi around here.
Yeah. No, I'm about to pee here in about 2 seconds, so I think we better wrap it up. But I was gonna say,
all right, we're about to go run the coon dogs.
Yeah, I know you guys got stuff to do, man, and just tell everybody, you know, one more time where they can get in touch with you and everything you're doing, man.
Yeah, y'all can check us out on social media, preferably Instagram, as Jared Droz is my Instagram name. If y'all ever interested in booking a hunt, the whole shebang, y'all go message me up there. If y'all ever want to put a certain package deal together, if y'all want to come bear hunting and deer hunting and duck hunting all in one swipe, we can make any of that happen. So if you ever got any interest in that, y'all go message me account, and we'll get it all lined up for next year. I appreciate y'all having me, though, man.
Yeah. Well, what's a good phone number for everybody to reach out at?
252-333-0356.
There it is.
Yeah, man. Anytime. You're one of our favorite guests, and you know,
yeah, dude.
I feel like tonight, like we talked about stuff that we didn't even talk about any of the stuff we talked about in other times. You know, we probably can do that for several more podcasts.
If we started this again tomorrow, it wouldn't even be the same topic.
Yeah,
No. I told Tristan right before the podcast, before we came on, I said, man, I love talking with Jared because I know that you're easy to talk to, bro, and you're a great guy, and you know, and you guys got to go back and listen to some of the episodes that we've had with Jared because he does a lot for charity work and things like that, and helping kids and all that stuff. You just blow my mind, dude.
Oh.
I wish I had your energy.
Oh, and I know last time.
Well, look, the bad thing is, and I want y'all people to hear y'all on this podcast, me saying this. The bad thing is, I've been trying to get these boys to come hunting with me for 3 to 4 years now, and they ain't made their way up here yet.
Well, we might have to talk about that off air.
Yeah. Nah, man, we definitely want to, no doubt about it. It's just freaking trying to do the weekend warrior thing. It's a challenge, but
trust me, I know.
But nah, man, to your
hey,
point,
Jared, I got some PTO.
Hold on. To your point about the past episodes, last time I know we hammered turkeys on the last one.
Yes.
So you want to hear about it? What a turkey killer this dude is? You need to go listen to
Osceolas, Easterns. Yep, this is your guy.
I'm the turkey's worst nightmare. I suck at everything else, but the turkey is got a bad day.
That's great.
I think we killed 37 last year.
Wow.
With 14 misses.
Let's go.
And in the year before, I didn't hunt that hard last year, but the year before that, we killed 48 and some amount of misses.
Wow.
Good Lord.
But I'm trying to go out west this year for a whole week or 2 weeks out there, and I want to hit like 3 or 4 states in a week. Just going after it.
Well, good deal, man. Well, hopefully you have some success out there, and look forward to seeing what you get into.
Well, don't let me hold y'all up no longer, man. I know y'all ready to go to bed, and we probably won't get home till about 3 o'clock in the morning.
I just gotta pee. If I don't pee here in the next 2 minutes, I'm probably gonna.
I don't watch my. He done took 3 potty breaks over there on the other side.
I know.
Hey, I get that as an old man, but I'm also the beer grabber.
Yeah, we got to go. We gonna go.
I gotta teach Ike's been sitting there on the couch chewing up a stuffed animal. She's got freaking all kinds of white shit all over the couch. She's just ripped it apart. I need to teach her how to get a bush light out of the fridge.
There you go.
I got a puppy in school right now.
Hell yeah.
All right,
I
brother.
ordered it. You ever run these hidden battleships? I ordered a dang on.
Are those the big one or the oversized ones or whatever?
Well, no. Look how small it
Yeah,
is.
that thing is not small. That thing is massive.
Yeah, yeah.
But I also
we have the
started
buffalo
running
head.
that Mojo,
Right down
the
there.
Mojo
Oh, it's
Dabbler.
out in the garage.
The
The
Mojo
Mojo
what?
Dabbler. Have you seen that? The Mojo Dabbler.
Yeah. Yep.
You've seen that?
I've seen it.
I'll
Tristan
show it
hasn't.
to you real quick. Dude, this thing is neat. Oh, I'll show it to you real quick. This thing is unique to say the least.
He can pull out anything out of his pocket. This is great.
Watch this thing.
Watch this.
After this, you can hang up on me, but you're gonna watch this first.
He said you gonna watch this first.
Watch this thing now when it kicks on. Come on, sucker. I hit the right button. But what it does, yeah. Oh, good guy. We got movement now.
I said, "Oh, good guy."
Oh, I hit remote. That's why. Oh, here you go. Watch this thing.
Yes.
Oh, sweet.
It makes it dive down.
And just keep it going.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's like I was doing that jerker
It
one
makes
time
it feed.
to
Yeah.
Metallica. Yes.
And it's got a hole. And it got a hole in the back of its head to make it squirt water up like it's feeding. Ow, that some bitch just hit me in my nose.
Oh boy.
All right, brother.
Well, right on, man. Well, appreciate you, and yeah, I'm sure we'll be talking soon, man.
Rack them coons.
Yeah, we got it. We about to go put a hurting on them.
I've been southbound, I've been hellbound, riding on a midnight train. Going too fast now, think I ought to slow down, standing in the pouring rain.